Hello everyone, this is Prose. I want to take a couple seconds to apologize for the diminished sound quality for this episode. There are a couple of obstacles getting in the way of me recording this, and not having a proper mic was going to be another one, but I decided to press on. Today we're going to be talking about the 2016 elections and the results. I sat there the entire time watching each of the states turn red. My mind was blank as it progressed. And I remember after all of it was said and done, and they finally announced President-elect, I remember just lying there wide awake in shock about what had just transpired. I felt like someone poured a cup of ice down my shirt and then set it on fire because I was complaining about being cold. And as I burned up, they stood there in the flickering glow of that fire they set and said they were just trying to help make things great again. I didn't ask for this. I felt like it was really the morning after and I needed to take a pill. There was no pill, and I wish there was. Because unlike Todd Atkin, I know that the body does not have a way of shutting this whole thing down. Previous to that, I was feeling hopeful, I was feeling positive. I thought maybe something would turn around. My brain would not actually allow me to process the idea that Donald Trump could actually be the next president of the United States. I think I was so deep in that denial that as I was watching it on CBS live streaming on YouTube, I felt like, I don't know, it just wasn't real. And I think a lot of people felt that way. Many of us as a nation were just completely shocked. The entire time, I'm not even sure that I blinked as I was watching the country turn red and red and red. And so for the past 18 months, I was just waiting for someone to hop out and say America had just got the most elaborate version of the show Punk'd, and Ashton Kutcher is going to hop out and, it'd all be over. It'd be terrible, but it'd be over. But one thing I did know was that many of my friends, loved ones, and family members were feeling just as choked out as I did in that moment. I didn't want us to feel powerless. I didn't want to feel powerless. Even though I didn't have anything to say at that moment, I knew that as soon as we all caught our collective breath, we'd need a platform, and we would need a place to be able to discuss and a place to feel like we were actually being heard. But not just myself, but to be able to hear back from other people. And not only just to have us be screaming into the nothingness, but to identify what it is that we're afraid of happening, and to not have our feelings and have our fears be dismissed, because a lot of them are very real and a lot of them have been actualized. And so I decided I was going to create this podcast and post on social media about the idea of getting reactions from our community, specifically LGBT plus community, but also with the very real awareness that our community has a ton of beautiful intersections with race and socioeconomic status, religion, culture, all of it. And so there's so many things that seem to be at stake at this point, and I just wanted to hear whatever other people had to say. And I wanted to do that so that we would all know that we're not alone, and we would all know that there are a lot of individuals who are here with us, who are standing shoulder to shoulder. And so I wanted to share a couple of the social media posts that I got in response or otherwise read. This one from Jenny Morphine says, "I'm scared that there will be a gay witch hunt. I have faced enough ridicule being a trans person in North Carolina without Trump grabbing my proverbial crotch, as he seems to be so in favor of. I'm scared LGBT people will be forced underground under fear of death. I'm scared that I won't have a job. I'm scared that my marriage will be threatened. I'm especially scared for all of the LGBT people of color out there. They have it double bad with this administration." Another poster said, "I am scared," in all capital letters. "Scared because I'm a woman, a person of color, a lesbian. I am considered a triple minority in this world. I now have to look over my shoulder twice as much in fear of being subjected to now more open, homophobic, sexist, and racist individuals. I am grateful for living in a mostly democratic state, but what if I want to relocate? Should I really have to worry about being able to live peacefully with my girlfriend? Should I really have to worry about the future of our children, my children that I planned on bringing into this world? All that I can do is hope that this recent election will not divide us more and take us back 50 or 60 years where we will have to start our fight all over again." Another individual said, "I worry because I live in Georgia, where it seems to be a way more Republican. And after looking at the map this morning, I don't feel safe. I don't know where I or my family could live. And trust me, I want to move, but I don't have the money for it. And I worry and fear for myself, my family, my friends, and everyone in the LGBT community and African American community. Just everyone. This is not good for my anxiety." Another poster said, "For the first time in my life, I'm scared of being in my country. Hashtag, let this nightmare end." Rada said, "The sad part about this election, and usually any other election, is that we stop respecting each other's opinions. Yes, we may not agree on everything, but that doesn't mean that the other side is wrong. We are all different, but it doesn't mean we need to be disrespectful to others. Until we can let go of ego, the most disappointing part will be that we consciously choose to hurt each other, and not that our political choice didn't win. If you want this country to be united, then lead by example and stop putting each other down." Carmen said, "I'm not even afraid of Trump. I'm afraid of all of the people who will feel validated in their hate toward my people and openly display it. That is making me physically ill." Some of us woke up to our partners crying. Some of us woke up not sure what to say. But now that we're all awake, there is something we can do. We can advocate for ourselves, and we can advocate for others. You can start and sign petitions. And it all really starts with being educated about what's going on in your community. I would just encourage you all, do a simple Google search. Ask Google, what is it that I can do? Type your state in, type your city in, type your town and your county in. Learn who your representatives are. Learn who your local government is. And continue to have your voice be heard. Identify what resources exist in your community. If there are no resources, work together to create them. Make people aware of the lack of resources that exist. Google is your friend. Ask it questions. If you don't know, get the answers. There's no way that we can sit around and wait for a champion to happen for all of our communities, all of our beautiful intersections. We have to create that champion within ourselves. I want to give you some resources to start you out. Check out the ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union. You can use this organization to educate yourselves and to educate others about your rights and what it's going to take to maintain them and what it's going to take to make sure that other people can either gain or maintain them. You can visit that site at aclu.org. I'll put some links in the description, some helpful things and resources. Another resource is amnestyusa.org. I want to close out today's talk with a post from social media. This is an ally, and I want to end with this post because I'm not hiding my head in anybody's proverbial sand here. We all need hope in order to be inspired to continue. Even if it's a dull, dim hope, we need something. And so the hope I have is the knowledge that we have support. We can create support. We are a people. There are many of us educated individuals in this country who can help other people and help mobilize other people to make sure that no one's rights are infringed upon. So I want to share with you this post from Rachel, an ally to everyone, to remind you that we're not alone. Rachel said, "Tonight I stood in my living room and cried to my sisters. I cried because I'm afraid. I am afraid, of course, because I see how dangerous our president-elect is. But that's not why I cried. I cried for what this election means. I cried for what it says about the people who are all around me. I cried for the fact that the majority of my fellow citizens took the time to state their alignment with the rhetoric that dehumanizes people of color, immigrants, the LGBTQ community, women, and people with disabilities. I cried because I clearly saw how unsafe our country is. I cried for that innocent part of myself that believes in the goodness of people, that believes that humans have an instinct for empathy, in unity, in love. My whole life, no matter what I have seen, experienced, or heard about the realities of evil that exists in this world, at my core, I still hold a naive innocence when it comes to people. I believe in my heart of hearts that when faced with a choice between good and evil, love and hate, that people will choose the pure. I have to believe this because I am a person who is always afraid. I see people, I see their inherent value, and I will do whatever I can to know them, to learn them. I am often clumsy and overbearing, but my heart wants to be connected to them. This is how I survive. Tonight, I cried because I didn't know how that innocent part of me could survive. As I stared into the face of reality that our country was given a choice and they chose hate and fear and blatant evil, I cried for my heart of hearts, because while I know that it makes me vulnerable, I treasure it. I cried because I'm afraid that without it, it will harden. I'm afraid that without it, I will hate. I sat terrified and shaking. My hope dwindled, and I wept as I thought my last innocence and spark would go out. And then I started to read. I read the cries of confusion and distress. I read the pleas for unity and peace. I read the commitments that we are making each other to fight for each other, to keep each other safe. And I know we will survive. I know that my bruised and battered center may have lost some of its fire, some of its innocence, but it is not gone. I still believe in the goodness of people. I still believe that we will fight for each other, for what is good and right. I will not fear. I will not hate. I will believe in good. To people of color, you deserve respect, dignity, and opportunity. You deserve a country that is structured for your benefit and not to your deprivation. You deserve safety and protection. You deserve a voice. I commit to fighting in any way I can help you get it. To the people who have immigrated here from all over the world, whether it is by choice or necessity, you deserve respect, dignity, and opportunity. Thank you for the ways in which you enrich our communities, our states, and our nation. You deserve an acknowledgement and appreciation for who you are and what you bring to our country, and an equal part in its opportunities and benefits. I commit to fighting in any way I can help you get it. To the LGBTQ community, you deserve respect, dignity, and opportunity. You deserve a country that allows you freedom, peace, identity, and safety. I commit to fighting in any way I can to help you get it. To people with disabilities, you deserve respect, dignity, and opportunity. You deserve equal participation in a country that sees your abilities and humanity. And I commit to fighting in any way I can to help you get it. To women, we deserve respect, dignity, and opportunity. We deserve a country where we have control of our bodies, our voices, our choices, and our futures. I commit to fighting in any way I can to help us get it. We are stronger than racism. We are stronger than xenophobia. We are stronger than misogyny. We are stronger than fear. Rachel is right. We are stronger than all of those things. But most of all, we're stronger together. So please, tell me your story. You deserve to be heard. Your life is precious. And I love you. Good night.